Does your family love you? Now, many of you answered yes. At least, I hope it's a yes. If the answer is no, that's really cool, that's jacked up, that's messed up, I'm sorry about that. So, they love you. Hopefully. But do you love them? Do you? But do they know that you love them? I ask because some of you don't seem to realize that love is an action word. It's something that you do, not just something that you feel. And because so many of you don't realize this, no, your family don't know that you love them because of how you treat them when you do this. And no, this is not on fast forward, I'm just speaking quickly. And by this, I mean, what you do is you give the best of you to people who don't matter, and the people who do matter get the least of you. So you need to fix that. But don't worry, you did the right thing. You came to class, Balance of Power. I got you with today's lesson. Put your energy where it actually belongs. Let's get it in. So in financial services, one of the things we ask in the beginning of every appointment is, outside of God, what's the most important thing to you in life? We ask this to everybody, individuals, couples, people at the end of their life, beginning of their life, what have you. And I can say over half a decade of doing it, and the answer was almost always this, which was family. That was the answer. People weren't talking about money. They weren't talking about trips, cars, nothing. It was family. Supposedly, that's the thing that's most important to everybody. So if that's the case and family is the most important thing to you, then it needs to be something that you don't just talk about it. You got to be about it. It can't just be something that you say.
It's just something ugly people say.
So you might be wondering, how does this phenomenon happen? What are you talking about? I love my family. I treat my family well. Do you though? And this is what I mean. People don't seem to realize that you have a finite amount of kindness to give within a day. And you will use your kindness generally at the wrong time. So let me just give you an example. So let's just say, for example, you have 100 kindness energy points for a day, right? And you go to work, work's crazy or whatever, you spend 60 kindness energy points being nice to the people at work, gritting your teeth and dealing with everything you gotta deal with, and people just deadlines, and you're trying to not, strangle people at work because that might get you fired, right? So then work is over. Oh, good. Yes, beautiful. But you have to run errands. You got to go to the grocery store. So you got to deal with traffic from work to the grocery store, and you're fighting people in traffic. So you spend another 10 energy points of kindness trying not to cuss nobody out in traffic, trying not to cut nobody off, not to honk your horn, not to do all the things, especially if you live someplace like LA where public transportation is not the thing. So you have to be on the freeway many of the places you go. So you spend 10 of your energy points, your kindness, not to just run somebody over. Now you're running errands at the grocery store. You're having to fight through people in aisles and get all the different things. And you don't even like shopping, but your girl asked you to pick something up on the way home. You're like, fine, I'll do it. Okay, cool. So you're just grabbing things and somebody cuts you off in line at the grocery store after you've already had to deal with everybody there. And there's all these people and you don't like people like that. You don't even you just want to go home and somebody just cuts in front of you like that. I can't believe you're trying to keep it together. So you spend another 10 kindness energy points not going off on this fool. Now you're done with the grocery store, but then you got to put all the stuff in your car. You got to fight through traffic again, through the parking lot, and then out through traffic. Now you're tired from work, tired from dealing with people at the grocery store, and you got traffic on the way home. And it's again, people cutting you off. It's later in the day. More people are on the road because everybody's trying to get home, and you spend 15 kindness energy points. Again, just making sure you don't run somebody over. But then you come home and you walk through the door with all these groceries in your hands, and you have five kindness energy points left. And this is what your family gets. That's it. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean. You don't mean to do it. You're not trying to be rude or bad or what have you. And you are doing everything you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be out there working and providing. Whether you're the man or the woman, you might be out there working. You might be having to deal with the outside world. So this is for men and women. But I'm a man, so we're going to talk from a man's perspective. You come home after dealing with all of the things you're supposed to deal with. But because of how you dealt with the outside world, you only got 5 points left for the people who supposedly matter the most to you. And this is the crazy part. You already know how home life is. Home life, for as much as you love it and you love the people in it, it's gonna be chaotic to a certain extent, especially if you have kids. There's gonna be random things that happen. It's gonna be somebody poured nail polish in your favorite shoes because they're trying to play dress up in the closet, and now you gotta buy new shoes or get them fixed or something. Your wife's gonna come at you with something. Your kids are gonna be like, Daddy, I wanna play. Let's go, blah, blah, blah. You're going to have something happen. It's normal. It's average. But you only have 5 more points to spend. 5 of this kindness before you lose it, right? But this is the problem. These are the people who matter the most. So this is where you should be spending your points. This is where you need to be reserving all the points that you spend in the outside world. Save it for the family. So what does that mean? What does it look like? I don't want to tell you every in-depth thing because this is just a quick little video just to remind you that this is a problem that you need to think about. I've already done this video right here to explain this concept and how you can deal with some of the anger that you might be having, whether it's from the outside world or even in the inside world. Either way, the people in your family, the people in your house, those who you love shouldn't be getting the worst of you. So you have to find a way to deal with it. So this video does help, but it's not everything. But this right here, what we talking about right here, this right here is just basically reminding you that this is something that can happen. Many of you are having this happen because you're functioning on autopilot and you're programmed to do this. You are programmed to treat the world in this higher level way because you're worried about all different kinds of things. And I get it. Like I said, especially if you're a man in this equation, you want to make sure that you are holding your tongue and gritting your teeth and doing different things at work so that you can make the money for the family, right? You want to make sure that you are providing and doing all the stuff you're supposed to do. When you go to the grocery store, you got volunteered and told at the same damn time. Voluntold, hey, can you pick something up? You don't even like grocery shopping. I know I don't. Hell no. Hate it. Anyway, you got voluntold to do something and you're trying to do good. I'm not saying that you're not. I'm not ignoring the fact that these are things that you need to do, but how you do them needs to change. So I'm going to give you a little revolutionary idea, which is what we talked about. Give the energy where it's supposed to go. If the outside world gave you this negative energy, get rid of it in the outside world before you get home. So you're not spending kindness energy. You end up spending kindness energy when you get hit with the negativity and you give them some kindness in return. So you're getting rid of your kindness and sucking in the negativity. So then now you got all this negative energy in you and that's the only thing left. You got 5 points of kindness and 95 points of negativity. In order for that to not happen, when someone gives you 10 points of negative energy, get rid of 10 points of negative energy. You have to. So that way you're not spending kindness energy on people who supposedly don't matter. Because between your boss and your wife, who do you care about more? Who do you love more? Whose opinion matters more to you? Your child or the person in the grocery store line? And I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, it's not about love and all that stuff. Like, this is practical. I have to do these things. But I want you to just think about feelings. Whose feelings matter more? Does your boss's feelings matter? Or the results you give him? Does the person in the grocery store's line, their feeling matter? Or is it your child's feeling? Because you can still have the same result without spending these kindness energy. And this is the revolutionary portion. You will get far more respect, especially if you're a man in this equation in life, when you start barking back instead of responding with the kindness. Respond in kind. Now I know, especially because I feel it myself as I'm saying this. If you're trying to be holy and turn the other cheek, I'm not saying be evil. I'm not saying if someone cuts you off in traffic, you hunt them down and cut them off in traffic. I'm not promoting that at all. But what I am saying is that you don't have to be mean, but you don't have to be silent either. So for instance, somebody cut you off in the grocery store line. You don't have to be mean, but you can at least ask the question. You could have said, oh, so this is what we're doing now? You're just cutting somebody off in the grocery store line? Why? What makes you think that this is okay? Again, you're not yelling, you're not tripping, but you're not being passive either. You're not just letting yourself get run over, are you? Even if they don't respond, you are going to feel better. And that is the point. You are going to feel better. Because for as much as I know you dudes, especially because you be watching all kinds of internet craziness, you act as if we have no feelings, if we can't say the word feel. Man, shut up. You know you got feelings. So you need to feel good, feel better in order to freely and unconsciously give kindness to the people you care about. Because if you don't feel good, you think you're doing well, you think you're doing good when you go home, but then stuff will pop out when you don't want it to. You'll start snapping on somebody because, again, like I said, home is chaotic, especially if you live with children. They're going to do something and you're going to, hey, who broke the glass? You're going to respond harsher than you want to. You're going to sound meaner than you want to. You might sound louder than you want to because you spent kindness points on someone who supposedly don't matter. So don't spend the points. Give them back something. And again, you ain't got to be mean, but you ain't got to be silent. Or, better yet, use silent to your advantage. So let's say you're at work, somebody gives you something that they shouldn't have. It's some kind of deadline that you have to make up for because somebody messed up. Your boss rolls up to you, hey, we're going to need you to do blah, 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 okay? Because this person over here just really messed up and I'm going to have you do it, okay? Your response? Pause. For like, count to 4 or 5. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Obviously not out loud, but count. Count with that blank stare on your face and then go, okay. And then take the pieces of paper or whatever. Use silence to your advantage if you're gonna be silent. Have a dead, cold-ass stare on your face. People are going to start leaving you alone. They're not going to be messing with you. And again, if you're not doing anything, they can't fire you. They can't get. And if you're doing the work, you're basically being able to ride that line of being not a pushover, but at the same time, you're not too nice either. People are going to look at you and be like, dang, I don't know. Maybe he's having a bad day. They're not going to bother you as much. They're going to respect you more. You're going to get more by giving that kind of stuff back, giving that energy back to the job, people who you don't care about. And this is what I mean. You don't have to worry about their feelings as long as you do the results. You do the job, but you remain stone-faced. What they gonna do? Fire you because you didn't smile? But the thing that will happen, you won't get fired, hopefully. Don't quote me on that. Some jobs are too soft and crazy nowadays. But hey, if you gotta choose, who you choosing? Your family or that crazy ass job? But I digress. But what you will get, on top of people probably messing with you a lot less at work, is you're going to feel, again, better. You're going to feel like, yeah, I'm standing up for myself. I'm actually, pushing back. You're going to start feeling like the man. So that way, when you do have things that happen to you and you do push back a little bit, by the time you get home, you didn't spend all of your kindness points. So all the little things that your girl does that annoys you, that, yeah, when things are great, you can easily let it go. But when you get home at the end of the day and you're drained, you kind of snap, you kind of short, it won't be like that anymore. Hopefully, if you do this right, if you practice this, When your kids trip out and they want, Daddy, I want to play, you can at least give them some kind of attention. Yeah, you're probably still going to be physically tired and mentally drained or what have you, but your emotions are going to make you want to play with your kids and smile, and because that's what they're going to remember, the quality time that you spent with them. Quality being the operative word. And just one last thing. Again, if you got to choose, understand that you're choosing between them and them. You're choosing between making sure that you're okay in society, that your boss is okay with you, that the people outside are okay with you, so you don't say something mean, do something mean, don't get arrested, especially, people might perceive you to be a little aggressive or whatever. Again, make sure you're not stupid about it. Don't cross any lines. But you can ask questions. You can speak up. You can say something. Don't worry about being so nice all the dang time to people who supposedly don't matter. Because you have to choose between what you feel you have to do so that you're still home and providing for your family, or giving your family the emotional support that they need, the kindness, the generosity, all the smiles, all the stuff. Especially if you work hard, especially if you're working to provide money and all kinds of stuff, you're probably not giving them that much time. So the little time they do spend with you should be good, should be quality. Because again, when the smoke clears between these two, if you gotta hurt somebody's feelings, for me, these cats gonna get hurt all day. Don't mess with me when I have people at home waiting for me and I want to make sure that I'm kind. If I had a bad day and you roll up on me and I know I got kids at home, girl at home, I will give you back all kinds of stuff that you ain't gonna like. Because I know you a stranger. Even if I see you every day, I don't love you. I might work with you, but I don't have to like you for us to get together and go get this money. That's all it's really about. Let's go finish the mission, get this money. I can hate your guts and get a mission done, but my family though, nah. It's not about finishing missions so much as it is about the mission of them feeling my presence, my love, and everything that I'm supposed to be giving them. That support, that energy. So that 95 points of negativity turns into 95 points of positive energy, goodness, kindness that they get, and 5% that maybe I spent trying to make sure that I follow that line of not being too cold but not being too nice either. If you want a more detailed video about other techniques and different things of how to ride that line, let me know in the comments below, all right? And yeah, I get it. This is a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff that you have to do. You got to practice riding lines and being able to switch things up, especially if you haven't done this before. This is not how you've lived your life, some of you. You haven't thought about making sure that negative energy goes to negative people and positive energy goes to positive people. It seems logical, but many of us have been programmed to be more protective of the outside world than we have of our own family, and that's jacked up. But as difficult as it is, it's good. It's how it should be. It's not going to be all easy as when you first got with these people. Because remember, acquisition is elementary. Retention is hard. That's the end of today's lesson. And as always, you know what to do. You know the deal. Throw some thumbs. And if you found value in this, go ahead and slide this video to someone who might need it and subscribe for yourself, okay? So I know you love these videos. So come on back here and click on another one to get some more learning in. Until next time, deuce deuce.